So anyway, hand number one. This is against Matt Matros, a fellow Card Runners pro and a very nice guy. Also found out during the match that Matt went to Yale, so it's a battle of the Card Runners Ivy League graduates. This hand was the final hand of the match, and it occurred about 10 to 15 hands into the match. So that's the kind of match it was. It's definitely a lot of aggressive play. Basically, yeah, I think both of us were recognizing what an optimal strategy in Heads Up No Limit would look like, and trying to play that way in a sense, or at least trying to play a strategy that strives to be like that. Not that we're anywhere near the answer or anything. Anyway, but in the 10 to 15 hand sample I played against him, I thought he seemed to have a good grasp for what he was doing. So anyway, I picked up the Ace-10 of diamonds out of position. I covered Matt by a bit at this point. I just picked up a few small pots. Nothing extremely exciting. I think there was one time I re-raised in flop top pair or something. I guess it is worth noting that I had re-raised them, I think, twice before this hand already. And this is in like 15 total hands. So, I mean, I was getting... I was making good hands out of position, but obviously all he knows is I hadn't shown any of them down, so all he knows is I'm re-raising a lot. So he opens to 700, which is his standard open at the 150-300 level. I re-raised to 2500 out of position. Guess it's worthwhile to discuss the sizing here. Started the hand with a bit under 80 big blinds effective, about 77. And when he with his small raise, I mean, I don't want to be giving him too good of a price to peel in position. Our stacks are still pretty deep. I don't want to give him too good immediate pot odds. When I raised to 2500 and he calls, if he were to call, we would still have 19.5 behind and 5K in the pot. So stack to pot ratio of about 4, which is still plenty of room for play and a few streets of betting and all that. So anyway, with stacks this deep, I want to be making a re-raise that at least de-incentivizes him from playing some hands that he would want to play in position to a smaller raise. He actually re-raises to 5,500, and at this point, it's important to think about what kind of range you would do this with. Obviously, he's going to have very strong hands in his range. I would think any pair, probably 8s plus, maybe even wider than that, based on how often I was 3-betting him early. I think he's just going to be 4-betting with the plan of stacking off to a 5-bet. Also, any ace-king, ace-queen, possibly ace-jack. I would probably ace-jack suited. And then I think he's also going to have some hands that he's not really thrilled with calling a 3-bet with, but have some kind of value, like can flop decent equity on a certain amount of flops. So basically, the kind of hands that are slightly not good enough to call the 3-bet with, but still have some playability value when 4-betting. So without having played against him that much, it's hard to know how often he's showing up with these bluff type hands. When I 5-bet shove, if I were to do that, I'm not doing very well at all against his value range. I'm not going to put my ace-10 suited against his value range here in a poker stove or anything. I mean, I can do that in the video comments or something, but suffice to say, he has quite a few hands in the value range that dominate me, and I'm not dominating any of them. I don't think he's. I mean, the closest thing I would be to dominating anything would be if he was 4-bet calling like king queen suited, and I'm still not actually dominating and winning, but not by much. I don't think he has like ace-8 suited or something. I mean, it's just way too deep to be 4-bet calling that.